When these men stumbled upon a horse lying motionless on the ground, they initially believed it to be a lifeless carcass. The poor animal appeared to be in a dire condition, and there were no apparent signs of life. They couldn't fathom how someone could leave a horse in such a dreadful state. However, as they cautiously approached what they thought was a lifeless body, they were in for a shocking surprise. One evening, two friends, Carter and Robin, decided to take a walk to clear their minds. Both had endured a tough day, receiving disheartening news. Carter had been hopeful about securing a job with a real estate company, but he had received an email that morning informing him that his application wouldn't be moving forward. Robin, on the other hand, had experienced the heartbreak of his 6-year relationship coming to an end when his girlfriend sent him pictures with another man. Feeling dejected and believing that life had dealt them a cruel hand, the two friends embarked on their walk, unaware that they were about to encounter a situation that would shift their perspective on life. After walking for about 30 minutes, the men arrived at a muddy construction site where Carter noticed something that made his heart race. In the mud, they spotted a large creature trapped and struggling. Initially obscured by the mud, the animal's identity became clear to Robin, who had attended horse riding competitions in his youth. He recognized it as a horse, and the sight of the helpless creature deeply saddened him. Convinced that the horse had perished, the men's primary concern shifted to removing the animal from the road and providing it with a proper burial. As they approached the horse, they were shocked to find its body covered in sores and the animal emaciated, clearly having gone without food for days. Determined to arrange for the horse's burial, the men decided to gather assistance. However, their plans took an unexpected turn when Robin noticed the horse take a breath. He cried out, "She's alive, she's breathing." They observed the horse for a few moments, witnessing no signs of respiration. Just as they began to lose hope, the horse took another breath. Slowly, it opened its eyes, gazing in Robin's direction before closing them again. As it did, a single tear escaped from its left eye. While some believe that horses shed tears due to blocked tear ducts, Robin felt that this tear was different. It was as though the horse had mustered its last strength to reach out for help. Fear and sadness filled the horse's eyes. It desired to live but understood that its time was limited without rescue, as Robin explained. In that moment, the men's own pain took a backseat to their determination to save the horse. They promptly contacted volunteers from the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA. Within 30 minutes, the rescue team arrived, and the sight of the ailing pony deeply moved them. The horse's skeletal frame was visible beneath its shrunken skin, leaving the rescuers baffled as to why anyone would subject it to such a dreadful condition. Regardless, their immediate priority was to save the suffering animal. 6 men carefully loaded the horse into a van, and during the process, the horse winced in pain. Every touch seemed to cause unbearable agony. Carter and Robin accompanied the rescue team to the animal center, where Robin maintained a watchful and empathetic eye on the horse. Breathing heavily and in pain, the horse found solace in Robin's gentle pats and soothing words, "You are going to be fine, I promise." Upon reaching the health center, the veterinarian made a startling discovery about the horse, later named Heidi. Her blood had dangerously low protein levels. She was also plagued by worms and various skin infections. "It was a miracle that she managed to stay alive," remarked one of the rescuers. Despite the grim circumstances, the rescuers were unwavering in their commitment to save her. Refusing to give up on Heidi, the team administered 7 liters of blood from 2 healthy horses and initiated a drip to provide her with essential nutrients. However, Heidi remained profoundly weak, almost lifeless, lying on the ground as if awaiting her last breath. It was a heart-wrenching sight. She appeared to have surrendered to her dire situation, but the rescuers were resolute in their determination to help her recover. Using specially designed pads, they tended to her wounds, understanding that her healing process would be lengthy. Fortunately, the staff exhibited patience and were willing to give Heidi all the time necessary to regain her strength. The staff initiated a refeeding program, and with each passing day, Heidi slowly began to regain her strength, yet she still had a long road ahead. Then, one morning, the staff received an unexpected surprise. Upon entering Heidi's room, they were astonished to find her standing on her feet. This was unexpected as she was still very weak and unwell, and standing seemed contrary to her condition. "Good girl, you need to lie down," her caretaker urged, but Heidi hesitated to comply, perhaps fearing that if she lay down, she might not be able to get back up. As hours passed, Heidi remained on her feet, and her breathing became labored. Concerned for her well-being, the rescuers were hesitant to force her to lie down, wishing to earn her trust and reassure her that she was safe. Heidi's eyes grew weary as the day wore on, and she still resisted lying down, likely a result of the pain and discomfort she had endured at the construction site where she was rescued, leaving her traumatized. The rescuers feared that her health might deteriorate if she collapsed. However, a heartwarming turn of events occurred when Robin and Carter, who had initially discovered Heidi, made an unannounced visit. They couldn't stop thinking about her and decided to check on her progress. As soon as Heidi heard Robin's voice, a glimmer of hope ignited in her eyes. She recognized them instantly and greeted them with enthusiasm. Robin managed to coax Heidi into lying down, marking a pivotal moment in her recovery. The staff continued to tend to her wounds, and Heidi displayed a newfound determination to survive. Her appetite returned, and she began eating well. Over time, Heidi's weight increased, and she occasionally got up and walked around the stable, although she would tire and fall after about 30 minutes. Nevertheless, she persevered, determined to make a full recovery. As months passed, Heidi gained more weight, and her wounds healed completely. Her health improved, and she grew stronger, eventually being able to move around the stable without fatigue. She even began running freely, transforming from the once sick horse struggling to breathe into a vibrant, joyful, and most importantly, healthy horse. Heidi now resides in a spacious enclosure, enjoying her days running and playing with the rescuers who have become her family. The rescue team shared Heidi's story and her journey to recovery on social media, where it garnered an outpouring of joy and support from users who marveled at her remarkable comeback. Many questioned how anyone could allow a horse to fall into such a terrible state and expressed their admiration for the rescuers' efforts. One person remarked, "She is so beautiful. How could they have neglected her so badly?" Another exclaimed, "Wow, she looks so good. I'm so glad that Robin and Carter acted so fast." Someone else wrote, "You guys are so awesome. Thank you for helping. What a beautiful baby." As for Robin and Carter, they remained close friends with Heidi, visiting her regularly. Carter eventually found a better job, and Robin moved on from his past relationship, now enjoying a new romance. Robin expressed how Heidi's story had inspired him, saying, "If she could survive such an ordeal, why can't I?" Indeed, Heidi's remarkable recovery serves as a testament to the resilience of animals and the power of compassion to uplift and heal.